what really works is when you have that I deserve better moment. That is the most therapeutic moment, because there is nothing that person can say at that point that will get you right back in that
you know when to walk away.
Yes, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm free.
Fire. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ropafadzo Dambire. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the family. Here we talk about everything and anything, but mostly we try to have sit down chats where we talk about lifestyle, things, and we try to talk about faith, our perspective on faith. And today I'm pretty much excited because I have a very special person. Her name is Cynthy.
Hi.
So guys, meet Cynthy. And I was, in the morning, I was really thinking about how I met Cynthy. And I was thinking, did I meet her at church? Where exactly did I meet her? Because we actually, fun fact, we go to the same church but different assemblies.
Yeah.
But I met her way before I started going to Zayoja. Oh yeah, I go to Zayoja.
Yeah.
So I actually thought about it, and I remembered there was some group that was created by Tafadzwa. And we were supposed to get to know each other, talk about different things, and she happened to share on a particular subject, I think. Yes.
Yeah, something about relationships.
Yes. In actual fact, it was about relationships.
Yeah.
And I love the way she talked about everything that she was explaining about. I think she would send voice notes at some certain point. And
voice note, it was probably me.
Yeah. And even the introduction when Tafadzwa introduced Cynthy, he talked about how she MCs at events, and she once was a talk show hostess at NBC, I think. Or did you host it? What were you doing?
No. Okay, my first job was I was a child presenter at NBC.
Yes,
yeah, that was my first job. Yeah.
So for me, I was like, what? This is like the person that I want to be.
Honestly,
because I love to be in front of the camera. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but
we can see that.
Whenever I'm in front of the camera, I just feel so much at home. And I was like, I feel like I can relate to Cynthy. And when I saw her, and yes, I once saw her emceeing at an event, and I was like, that girl, yes.
Before Easter thing.
Yes, it was different at Easter. It was the confidence that she had and the eloquence. And I was just like, you go. And I wasn't talking to her back then. And I was like, when I got that opportunity to be in the same group with her, I slid into the DM. And I was like, girl, can you mentor me? You haven't been mentoring me though.
I didn't know this, guys. I honestly didn't know that, she looked at me in that way. But I'm honored. I'm so humbled. I'm not ready for this. Wow, thank you.
So yeah, I really do look up to you, and I want to be more like you. Yeah.
Oh, guys, that's a lot of pressure. Like, okay. But
and then we'll have, she's now married, because back then, before, yes, the first time that I saw her, she wasn't like, the first time that I saw her when she was presenting at church, she wasn't yet married.
That's the night I met Woman. Eh?
Oh, really? So she's married. Yes, she's off the market, off the streets. You were never in the streets, but she's off the streets. She's off the market.
How do you know?
Okay, she's off the streets, off the market. So guys, please, don't come into my DMs with all those things. She's off the market. One day I'll have her on my channel and she'll talk about her beautiful love story, because she really does have a beautiful love story.
Some of it's on my channel.
Yes. Important things. She has a YouTube channel, and you guys should definitely check it out. I'm going to leave the link to her channel in the description box. So it's going to be there. In fact, actually, it's going to be I'm going to pin the comment. I'm going to write a comment and then pin it. So that's where the link to her channel is going to be. Please check it out.
From you, hey, like pinning the comments.
Yeah,
I saw it on your channel. I'm like, that's really great. So
So definitely, please, like if you are a fan of mine, That makes sense. You definitely have to check it out.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Anything that you want to say before we start? Because I talk a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I'm at a loss for words because I just feel like my husband just walked in, but it's okay. I just feel like, apart from the pressure that you've just put on me, I'm really honored, and it makes me feel like I'm living my purpose. But that's a story for another day, because my whole life I've been trying to find a way that I can add value to the world, add value to the organizations that I'm a part of, to people around me. So hearing that fills my heart up in so many incredible ways. But hey, it's not about that today. It's about what we're talking about today. So
okay, so what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about, have you ever had an I deserve better moment in your life? And I asked this question on my Instagram. So if you didn't see this question, you probably should follow me on my IG page, because I post a lot of things because I want you to feel involved in this channel. So I got some comments on my IG, and I also posted the same question on my WhatsApp status. So I got a few responses, because some people, for some reason, don't want to talk to me. But anyway, it's fine.
who wouldn't want to talk to you?
I know, because you see how it's like 125 people read it,
right?
And like you have got 2
replies.
comments.
Who does that? Why
Really?
do people do that?
Really?
That
But
annoys me so
anyway.
much.
So maybe defining that, like, what's an I deserve better moment
for me, I feel like it's that moment where you realize that I'm better than this. I can't do this to myself anymore. This is draining me. This is gonna kill me. I need to step away for me. It's a moment of realizing that you need to love yourself better. And you need to do better for yourself.
Definitely. I do agree. For me, it's that thing whereby you have to get to a point where you know your worth, you realize your worth. So the moment that anyone treats you like trash, you're like, no, honey, you can't treat me like that. And so that's definitely an I deserve better moment. And I think this applies to every relationship that we have, be it relatives, be it friendships, be it relationships with guy and between guy and girl. Because most of us, really, when we look at this, we're looking at maybe it's an ex-boyfriend. But honey, sometimes when you actually look at those things, you actually see that it's my friend. She's not treating me the way I'm supposed to be treated. But
I feel like we put a lot of value on the word friend. I feel like if someone is your friend, there's certain things that they're not supposed to do. Someone who's your friend should not have you questioning yourself. Like, can you start there? So in as much as you, is my friend, she's my friend, we've been through this together, like, are they your friend? Or are you just calling someone your friend because you get along or you laugh together?
And you know what I do? Talking about that, I definitely had a lot of moments in my life where I think I'm a very social person, actually. And
you are.
I think I love people. I love to interact with people. I love to create relationships with people. So the moment you got into my life, I'll treat you like, okay, I've got a lot of friends. So my dad even got to a point where he's like, Ropa, why are your friends?
Who are your friends?
And I didn't understand. I didn't understand because I was only in high school. But it's only now when I'm realizing that, okay, I have a problem because I treat everyone as a friend, and yet other people are colleagues. Other people are just
acquaintances.
Yes, acquaintances. Not everyone you meet is supposed to be your friend.
You need to have maybe just 5 friends in your life. And I also learned it the hard way, because I am a very loving person. Like, when I love you, and I love to love. And so, in my past, people have taken advantage of that. And I thought, oh, I have friends, I've got so many friends, until I encountered certain circumstances that revealed who the actual people were who were supposed to be my friends. And that was a rude awakening for me. I was like, oh, so that's not what a friend is. This is what a friend is. And we don't get it, because we think having friends is, people to laugh with, people that comment on your Instagram pictures,
people to go out with.
And in the past, I used to go out clubbing, I used to drink a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
And I thought those are my friends. Like, we're going to drink, and that's the basis of our friendship. Yeah. But when reality hit, who was there?
And I've just come up with a definition, like, for my friends, like, you're not a friend if you're not adding value in my life. If you're not going to be there with me throughout the thick and the thin, the happy moments and the sad moments, then you're not my friend. Like, that's just it.
It is.
I think those two, for me, those have been now the difference. And I mean, like, 2021, this is when I realized it.
No, but, I'm glad you realized it, because sometimes it can take years, it can take forever, until you're 40, 50, until you realize that these people are not your friends. By that time, it would have been too late. So I'm glad that you realized it. And it's a form of growth. It means you're growing. We're all growing because we've all come to some of these realizations. So I'm glad. I'm really glad. And it's conversations like these that help us as much as it helps other people to grow. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I think now that we have covered what an I deserve better moment is, I think now I'm just going to share with you all some of the comments that I had. I'm not going to be mentioning names, like I said. It's not necessary. Like, why do you want to know who said
people
that?
Like stories.
They do. We're not going to be doing that. I'm keeping my word. We're not going to be saying any names. So I think, Cynthy, you can just
should we go? Okay. Yeah. So these are one of the. Okay, let me just go to the. So should I read everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So to respond to your sticker question, which is what she posted, if you weren't there, be better. I dated a guy for 3 years. The first 6 months were okay, but as time, I kind of feel like I'm on The Buzz. You know, with The Buzz, the TV show with The Buzz. You don't? Okay. No, it's cool. It's cool. I'll show it to you when we're done here. But this is something like that they do. So the first 6 months were okay, but as time went on, I got less to no attention. Sometimes I would go days with no calls or an app message. It was so bad that he would blue tick me, or he'd just not open my messages. Oh my word. He wouldn't take my calls but every time I'd cut things off, he would beg me. But my aha moment was when I went home and my mom wasn't well. She was everything to me. Not one day did he ask about her. I had to look for him after 2 weeks, and that is when I brought up entirely. What? I had to look for him after 2 weeks, and that is when I brought up entirely breaking things off, because we were not growing, and he said, if you want to break up, it's okay, and if you want to stay, it's okay, but don't expect me to change, because I don't have the capacity to be in a relationship. I can't believe I'm reading this. Much later changed certain things about who I am. I never looked back from that day. I literally moved on.
I'm clapping because she never went back. Or she never went
and she
back.
said you will never have to beg someone to treat you right. Things like communication, sympathy, and care. So I mean, I can't believe I'm reading this. Like, I can't believe. Actually, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, because some people don't know how to treat other human beings, and that's a problem. And I'm so glad that she realized that she deserves better.
And for me, I can actually absolutely relate to this, because I value and appreciate communication. There's nothing that sucks like, okay, I want to, in as much as we're texting and everything, I want to call you simply. Like, I want to hear your voice. And, there's some things that you can't communicate entirely over a text. Sometimes you just want to get into, like, the details and just call that person, hear his voice, etc. But, like, when you don't understand that's my love language, and you take advantage of it, and you say you can't change, don't expect me to change, then who are you going to change for? If we've been in a 3 years relationship, that's serious enough. So who are you going to change for?
Let nobody lie to you. A man who wants to be with you will make sure that you are happy. If that means changing some of his habits to accommodate you, he will. Because love is directly connotated to, is that even grammatically correct? Sacrifice.
Yes.
So love and sacrifice
go hand in hand.
Exactly. Yeah. So if he cannot change, I mean, hallelujah, somebody. Like, if he cannot change for you, don't be lied to, don't be played.
And I've really seen this, because it's those guys that we want who treat us like trash. These guys that we do not want, They will call you every single day. Every single time they're calling you morning, afternoon, evening. Hey Ropa, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Did you eat?
Exactly. Did you eat? Did you eat? They're buying you food. These guys that you like, that do not like you or do not give you the same amount of attention. You'll be the one. Hey baby. Hey, I'm a bit busy right now.
I'm busy. Oh, it's the blue ticks for me. It's the blue ticks for me because you have time to read my message,
but you don't have time
to update your status, but you don't have time to reply to me. And you know, I had this realization in my life when I was I'm still young, but back in the day, my type, right, was the tall, buff, rich, handsome, popular, the one that every girl wants. That was my type. And for me, it was a thing of satisfaction. Like when I get that guy, it's like I would have achieved or accomplished something. Boy, was I wrong. You know, heard. And you know, and my brother said to me, you know what? These are the guys that will break your heart. So I took a step back. And my I deserve better moment was I was like down in the pit. Like I was like, God, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. And I told myself, never again. Never again will I be attracted to or be in a situationship, whatever it is, with a man who thinks of himself better than me. Never.
Speaking of, can I share my experience?
Please. Like, cause
guys, this is so recent, hey? So yeah, this happened recently. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm not gonna be mentioning names. I will tell you after. But yeah, okay, guys. So let's call this person. Come with a name.
Let's give him a Bible name.
Peter.
It's those Bible name guys.
Hi, guys. So I met Peter at a party. We're at a party and I wasn't even looking at him. You know, like when you're just really genuinely having fun with your friends. Yeah. And there was this other guy even whom I was giving attention. So I didn't even have time to notice Peter. Yeah. And then a friend of mine, my friend, let's call her Sarah. We have a Bible name.
Sarah. You know yourself.
Sarah comes to me and she's like, so my friend over there wants to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go and Sarah introduces me to Peter. And okay, fine. I even go back to where I was sitting. I'm just like, okay, fair enough. Okay, I've met Peter. Yeah. So what? So after the party, we happened to exchange numbers, Peter and I. And my friend Sarah had made it clear that Peter is single. And as a single lady there, I was given some hope because
I have a bad feeling about this.
Bruh. It ended in tears. So, yeah. We exchanged numbers and I get home and we actually start talking. Hey, so did you arrive home safely? You know, like what people do. Normal people do. And I'm like, yeah, we arrived safely. Anyway, fast forward. He expressed his interest. He's like, I want to get to know you better. And I'm like, okay, cool. See, did we not like do a lot of things together? Those guys that he's such a perfect gentleman.
He knows
and
exactly
I love
what to say,
people.
what to do.
Yeah, I love people. I love men who cook, by the way. I mean, I like to cook. I enjoy cooking, but I also enjoy someone who cooks for me. So, he loved cooking. And I remember the first time that I visited him at his house. Yes, I did.
I don't know if you should have that on camera since I'm the youth advisor. But it's okay. No,
I hope my bosses are not seeing this.
I hope so too. But it's okay. It's handled. It's okay.
So he cooked, and then we would go hiking together. Like, talk about getting fit. Those were goals, guys. Like, you would go mountain hiking together. We would go out and eat together, and he would even like do those surprise visits at work, just come and see me and stuff like that.
He knows exactly what to do.
You know? And like it took a whole month where we, you know, people were just like, and he hasn't asked you out yet. He's doing all these things, but he hasn't asked you out yet.
Yeah, that's a reason.
And I'm like, yeah. But you know what was like the biggest red flag for me was, like I said, expressed earlier, I love communicating, and if it's whether it's texts or calls, and I would call, he would not pick up. For an entire month, you're calling someone, he doesn't pick up, and he says, "Yeah, no, I don't like calls." What? Okay,
what?
You don't like calls, but I do.
Yeah.
And he would not call. So he would not call and he would not pick up my calls. I remember my cousin saying, "But Ropa, is this not like a very big red flag for you since you like calls? Is this not going to..." And I'm like, like he does everything fine, so you
this
know.
is the only thing. Yeah.
But I heard. So my other friend, now, not Sarah, the one who introduced us. My other friend, you know, like how you tell your friend, "Yeah, no, I met this guy. This is what we've been doing together, what and whatnot." She was up to date. And I had told her that, no, he just said that he wants to get to know me better. And since he's single, obviously, he probably has some interest. He just wants to see how far it will go. And I appreciate that he's taking things slow and everything. And then I don't know how things got to her friend, but her friend now asks her, like, "Is Ropa and Peter still dating?" And she says yes. And she says, "Well, Peter has been in a relationship for an entire year now. So, yeah." And I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Guys. So I was so angry that I got home. I blocked this guy for a day. And then I was like, and then the next day I was like, no, but I want to know. I want to talk to this guy. You know how you're like, okay.
Closure.
Yeah, closure. And you know, my other cousin had said, "Ropa, closure is not important. Sometimes it's not
Closure
important.
is a trap.
Just let it go. Don't talk to him. Don't do anything. Just let it go." What did Ropa do?
Ropa
went. I'm like, "Hey." He goes, "Hey." And mind you, this guy had not even called. You know, if you're a person who's really interested in another person, you'd be like, "Babe, okay, you've been missing. You've been MIA for an entire day. What's up?" Nigga didn't do that. Okay, but I like blocked him. I think I blocked him.
And he didn't notice
but
that.
I don't think he even noticed. Anyway, so this guy, he's like, I'm like, "Hey." He goes, "Hey." I'm like, "How are you?" I'm like, he's like, "I'm good." I think it was actually a holiday. It was a holiday that day, you know, those midweek
public holidays.
The midweek public holidays.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm just doing a lot of work." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I wanted to talk to you, but it's fine." He's like, no, we can talk. I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I wanted to ask, do you have a girlfriend? And then he goes, "Apparently, I've heard that I've got a girlfriend."
Is this guy Namibian?
He's Zimbabwean. And he's like, apparently, according to some people, I have a girlfriend, but none that I'm aware of. Taking me for a fool, an entire fool. I'm like, yeah, so because I heard that you've got a girlfriend, and then he goes, "Yeah, I heard that your friends have been telling people that we are in a relationship. What? You've got an outrageous behavior." He called me outrageous, guys. Yo, guys.
I don't know why you were still having a conversation with this guy.
And it continued. I even continued to a point where he's just like, he didn't respond to my last message. And for me, there was just like, "Ropa,
you deserve better.
You deserve better."
That was your moment.
That was my moment. And I'm like, because usually the old me would have gone and apologized and been like, "No, I'm really sorry that I because he twisted the story around and he started making me look like the wrong person. Like, "You are wrong, you are outrageous. How can you be telling people that we're in a relationship, what and what not and everything?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're outrageous," because there was one day that I called 3 times and he didn't pick up. So he was calling me outrageous because I called 3 times and he didn't pick up.
The guys that call you crazy, the guys that call you the nagger, the guys, those are all, and you know what? I realize I can't sit here and say, "No, just date or just get married, don't play around with guys." I can't sit here and say that. I'm not, like I said, if you know me, I'm not here, I don't judge anybody.
Yeah.
what I will say is I understand the need and the desire to feel loved.
Yeah.
Every human being wants to feel accepted, wants to feel loved. Nobody wants to feel rejected. And how do we feel loved? Our friendships, our romantic relations.
Yeah.
So if someone's going to express any amount of interest in you, it excites you.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel accepted and you're going to feel wanted. And you would want to hold on to it because it makes you feel, it fills that need of you wanting to be loved. And so when that happens, we always try to fit ourselves in situations that we know, consciously know, or maybe subconsciously know that this may not be the right thing for us. But because we really want that need to be met of being loved, we're there and we're like, no, I'm gonna fit, I'm gonna, make you like me. I'm gonna be here, and that hurts us even more.
It does.
Because we are not responsible for how people treat us.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Or to an extent we are, because sometimes the way you behave can but to a larger extent we are not responsible for people have their own issues, they have their own agendas.
Yeah.
And the way someone treats you has got very little to do with you. And when you find yourselves in those situations, you're like, oh, something's wrong with me. And then you develop anxiety, depression, and all these other things. But what really works is when you have that I deserve better moment, that is the most therapeutic moment, because there is nothing that person can say at that point that will get you right back in that
You
trap.
know when to walk away.
Yes. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm free. And it'll even come to a point where they feel uncomfortable and they feel guilty for doing what they did to you because they see that they no longer have a hold on you. And that's the most important part. To allow yourself freedom from the past, from your past decisions, because they don't have a hold on you anymore, and you can be happy and you can live your life and you don't care. Because we've all made mistakes. I've made so many mistakes in my life, but I told myself I'm not gonna let those mistakes take me back. I'm moving on. I'm free. Nobody else has a hold on
Forward
me anymore.
we go.
We move, my guy. We move. Whether you are there, whether you're not there, it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, we're here. And Yeah. And so that's why I appreciate those I deserve better moments. Those are the best moments for me.
They really are.
The moments of growth. And you'll never find yourself in a similar situation because now you're wiser. Because you've grown. So
okay, guys, I feel like this song is this video. I did actually say so, but I feel like this video is going to be very long. So let's just say we're going to have a part 2. A continuation of this. Because
definitely
I think
a
part 2. So stay tuned for the part 2. It's coming right after this. Otherwise, Cynthy, thank you so much for being with me, and I'm so honored to have you on my channel. Hey,
I'm honored to be hosted by you, so thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
I love you.
I love you too. I love. Yay! Let's do a part 2 now.
Yes.
We're
gonna do it now.
Yeah.
But otherwise, stay tuned and remember to go to her channel. Yes, right now. Go look at those comments, those pinned comments. There is her link there. It's right there. Click on it. Yes, you.